These are trash. Jerry sucks.
And that's the most important part, including that 9-year-old kid.
It really is bad.
For whoever took that kid. Oh, do I want to take, my son or my nephew or whatever to this concert he really wants to go, and then that happened? I mean, probably the only thing in your mind was, is it appropriate to take the kid? Is the music appropriate? That kind of thing. You're not even fathoming that something like that can happen. And the guilt that the family or the parents or the friends or whoever took the kid must be feeling. I can't imagine. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk with ABC's Aaron Katersky. Remember yesterday the DOJ announced it seized about $6 million in ransom payments and it filed criminal charges against 2 men who were allegedly behind last summer's ransomware attack. Well, who are these guys? Do they have any ties to foreign governments? And I think that $6 million is only a drop in the bucket. And when I say a drop in the bucket, I think they scammed about $200 million out of people last year. So what happened to the other $194 million that's still hanging out there? Lots to ask Aaron in just a second. Nick, it's Slow on the 105. I have a question for you, and that is why.
I wish I had the answer for you. I'll be on the morning drive. What's on site is going to be a busy one for you coming off the 710 as you make way for Wilmington Avenue. Now, there was overnight cloud change work a little further westbound on the 105 as you make way from Central to the 110. So it might be a little bit of leftover looky-loose going from that. But anyway, really not too crazy bad for a drive through Linwood either way. Westbound 105 is going to be sluggish off the 710 as you make way towards Wilmington Avenue. Getting busy before you're driving the northbound 75 out of Milwaukee's Dead Bay Springs. So before the 605, going to be heavy stretches of the flowing for you all the way through the Commerce and East LA area. Continuing to Boyle Heights towards the 101 heavy stretches of going for the drive. 605 southbound as you're heading through Whittier, rather Pico or Barrymore, so crossing back toward the 5, definitely heavy for you here. Kfi Am, the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick calling it, Steve. Hey, Conway here. Know why I got a whole house water filtration system from Purigan Water? Because I don't want to wonder if my family's tap water is safe. No more wasting money on bottled water, no plastic bottles to recycle, and no more visits to the chiropractor's office because you're lifting 5-gallon bottles of water or 40 pounds of salt. No calcium buildup on faucets or shower heads, and that alone is worse. Purigan extends the life of your water heater. Stay on with this clean water. Purigan Water offers free lifetime service. No one else can make that claim. The system takes up a little tiny amount of space. So let's get Purigan, California's preferred whole house water filtration system. And for a limited time, when you buy a whole house system, you get the 6-stage alkaline drain system for free. 844-80-WATER. 844-80-WATER. That's P-U-R, again, water.com. Spelled wrong, but the water's right. 844-80-WATER. Purigan is your best friend.
SoCal weather from KFI. We've got a partly cloudy Tuesday shaping up. With highs in the 60s at the beaches. We'll be in the 70s inland, but we're going to start to warm it up. So by tomorrow and the rest of the week, in fact, even into the weekend, we're going to see highs in the 70s and 80s in most spots. And by Saturday, some inland highs could even be hovering around 90. We lead local, live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom. We can see Jones for you.
I'm Susan Owen, managing partner at OPO Law. If you think all personal injury attorneys are alike, you'd be surprised. All law firms are not the same. For over 4 decades, OPO Law has had a 98% success rate on over 10,000 cases. While insurance companies continue to make a low-ball offer, we stand up for you to get you the money you deserve. Here's Pursuit to Win for You is our specialty, and we've obtained over $1 billion for injury victims. We don't settle your case for what the insurance company thinks it's worth. We settle your case for what we believe it's worth. If you have been injured in an accident, call 888-OPO-WIN. That's OPOWINS, or visit OPOLaw.com. Remember, you don't pay until we win your case.
OPO Law, the law firm insurance companies fear most.
I'm Susan Owen, and I would be honored to handle your case.
Call 888-OPO-WIN today. Anthem Blue Cross and Heart of America are helping schools across the country increase their access to healthy food. Learn more at anthem.com/ca/start. Anthem Blue Cross is the trade name of Blue Cross of California.
If you own a business and manage to keep 5 or more people on the payroll through the pandemic, there's a new government program that will pay you tens of thousands of dollars per employee. And this is not a loan. This is a grant. The challenge is getting your hands on this money. This is a bureaucracy. InnovationRefunds.com cuts through the red tape, helps you get the cash. They do all of the legwork. They don't charge a penny until you receive the money, and what they do is simply share a percentage of the money they get for you. They got my business a 6-figure refund. Now, their average client gets $250,000. That's impressive. Go to InnovationRefunds.com, click on the Qualify Me button, answer a few questions. InnovationRefunds.com. It's no risk, and it certainly is high reward. InnovationRefunds.com. They help me. I'm sure they can help you. InnovationRefunds.com.
KFI AM 640. 24-hour news. More stimulating talk.
KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the radio. I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. Some of the stories we're watching in the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Cops say they are now looking for 3 men who broke into the home of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast member Dorit Kemsley and stole jewelry, watches, and handbags. They broke into the home in Encino on a night in late October and threatened to kill Kemsley if she didn't give them her valuables. Cops say video footage shows 3 men between the ages of 20 and 30 getting into or in through the home through a sliding glass door. 550, if you are a client of Robinhood, the company has just admitted your personal information may have been stolen. I'll tell you how. Workers at a popular fast food restaurant are going on strike today across the country over working conditions, but SoCal will be hit, and I'll tell you which stores are being impacted. And are you ready for ketchup? Ketchup that is out of this world, as in ketchup from Mars. It is. I'll explain in just a second. Right now, say good morning to ABC's Aaron Sikorsky. Hey, Aaron, so give us the latest on this Department of Justice investigation yesterday where they arrested 2 guys who are allegedly behind last summer's ransomware attack.
Yeah, they arrested a Ukrainian national in Poland who's behind the attack against the software firm Kfi Am. And that had ripple effects across the globe because Kfi Am serves all sorts of businesses, hundreds and hundreds of businesses in this country and around the world, and all of their computers ended up getting infected. So they arrested this Ukrainian national in Poland, and they really made a show of it to say that if companies like Kfi Am actually come forward and come clean when this stuff happens, because oftentimes companies want to keep this secret, but if they come forward, the FBI can find out who's behind these attacks, and in some cases recover the money, the ransom payment. And they also announced the recovery of $6 million in digital currency that had been paid as part of other ransomware attacks.
Which is great, don't get me wrong, but wasn't there something like $200 million in ransom paid last summer? So $6 million is good, but let's see what we
no, it's a drop in the bucket.
Right.
It is a drop in the bucket, and they said that this $6 million was recovered from payments to a hacker, a Russian national, who remains at large. So they charged him, but he remains obviously in Russia, out of the reach of U.S. law enforcement. And but the idea, I think, is to say that the FBI is getting a little better at this. They hope, and if companies cooperate, they can get the actors, they can get the money, The Treasury Department is issuing sanctions on the digital platforms that handle these financial transactions when they shouldn't be. And the State Department's putting a bounty on ransomware hackers. So there is a real crackdown here.
Oh, yes. I mean, it's a great push, don't get me wrong. Now, when it comes to these two guys, one's Ukrainian, one's from Russia, is there any foreign governmental ties that they think these guys might have?
Yeah, it's a good question, and we asked the Attorney General that. The Ukrainian, we don't know. I mean, he thinks he's more just a, kind of criminal gang, hacker type. The other, this Russian, the Attorney General wouldn't say whether the Russians condone what he's doing or part of it, but he repeated that the U.S. expects countries that are harboring these people to give them up for prosecution. I don't think the Russians are really going to listen to that, though.
Probably not. I think it would be fascinating should some Russian government official come out and say, we don't condone this kind of behavior. Really? What? I mean, that would be amazing.
It would be if they were sincere about it. And we know that this came up when President Biden met some months ago with President Putin. He said he told him that Russia needed to do more to crack down on ransomware that originating from within Russia, or else there would be consequences. And I think, charging a Russian national now and publicly naming it, shaming one to say that this is the guy behind all these ransomware attacks is, a bit of follow through on that pledge. Now, whether it's enough, don't know. But the FBI is saying that, that they can find these people. It's just a matter of, companies coming forward to cooperate.
Now, they think that both of these guys were part of the group. Is it R Evil? I don't know how you say it.
Yeah, R Evil. And it's a loose confederation, I think, of criminal hackers that deployed a strain of ransomware that's probably responsible for 3,000 ransomware attacks around the globe. It's quite an extensive network. And some when they targeted JDS, the world's largest meat supplier, that shut down plants in Canada and in Australia, in the U.S., and then some ransomware attacks target school districts or other government offices. The Kaseya one infected thousands of computers. So they are having real-world effects because the extortionate value is well into the millions.
So because these two guys were part of this larger organization, does the Department of Justice then think that it's getting a hold on the larger group, or do they think that they are just scratching the surface with these guys?
Yeah, they didn't put it in context, but the State Department put a bounty on any member of this evil, criminal hacking group, $10 million bounty. And I think, the FBI is just trying to pluck them off one by one as best they can. But, we know that ransomware attacks have become more frequent because they are lucrative. They work. People pay the ransom in order to unlock their computers and get on with their business. So that they've resulted in millions of dollars in payments. The FBI, as you suggested, Jen, isn't going to be able to recover all of it. That they hope recovering some of it makes a difference, and sanctioning the digital currency platforms that transact these ransom payments will also make a difference.
All right, Aaron, thanks for all that. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Jen.
See you later. ABC's Aaron Katursky. And I don't mean to poo-poo 6 million. 6 million's great. Out of 200,000. 200 million, sorry. And again, I'm not pursuing it, but I'm just saying that for the 6 million that was recovered, you've got 194 million that has not been recovered. So it's heartening to hear that the DOJ, though, even they've received 6 million, which is probably better if we looked at the stats compared to this time last year. How are we doing? We actually have a toe in the door now. So that's good. I'll hang my hat on that. All right, let's get back to some of the stories coming out of the KFI 24-hour newsroom. Brought to you this morning by American Vision Windows. Facebook whistleblower Frances Haugen says she's worried about the rebranding of the social media giant. In an interview with the AP, Haugen says Metaverse poses risks and is an attempt to change conversations. She says the futuristic virtual reality world would force people to give up more of their personal information, be addicting, and give the company another monopoly in the world online. Well, a lawsuit. This one's crazy, and I can't wait till Handel hears about this. A lawsuit has been filed by parents who discovered that the baby they had through in vitro fertilization was not theirs. In fact, listen to what's happening right now. You want to see if I can interrupt him? Here's how I interrupt him. Hi, Handel. Good morning. I know you're pressing, and I'm on the air live right now. Will you turn your mic on really fast? I'm not very loud. Okay, got a question for you.
Hold on.
Put your headphones on. I'm totally throwing your curve on me.
To do that, in order to hear you. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so here's a story. You've probably heard it, but it's a lawsuit filed by these parents who discovered the baby that they had through in vitro fertilization was not theirs.
Yeah.
In fact, the baby was a different race, right?
Yeah.
So this guy, Alexander Cardinale, says that the California Center for Reproductive Health must have skipped some protocol or safety measures
that allowed their embryo to be put in our tube and our embryo to be put in their tube and then to be implanted and both babies to be delivered, healthy a week apart. That's pretty incredible.
And Cardinale says, we loved this baby for a month before finding out the truth.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here?
Well, I mean, there's lawsuits all over the place because people make mistakes. And there are hundreds of thousands of babies born every year in vitro fertilization. And, I mean, the petri dishes look the same. They're put in the same medium in the same container where they have to basically cook. They have to ferment, if you will. It actually takes time for the egg to fertilize with the sperm. And that was put in sort of almost like a toaster oven, but a big one. Yeah, I know, I'm getting a little bit complicated here. But it happens, the lawsuits hit all the time. And the parents win because the emotional distress of thinking it's their baby. And that is a legitimate emotional distress. And the courts have been, handed down those decisions literally in terms of the parents that argue emotional distress.
That's what I was going to ask. What does a lawsuit like this garner for?
It depends. We can go hundreds of thousands of dollars. I don't know the numbers. The jury doesn't award that much money because it happened very quickly. And we're talking about people find out at birth that it's not their baby. Now, when they think it's their baby and there is no other baby, it's someone else's, that is a big one. That's a big one. And in my case, for example, my kids were born of in vitro fertilization. And I wanted them to tell me these were not my kids, even though they were.
You are the one man in America who would want that. Why we love you.
Well, there you go.
All right, thank you. Thanks for letting me ambush you. Appreciate it. Handle 11 News, by the way, coming up in just about 15 minutes. All right, former NBA star Scottie Pippen says his Chicago Bulls teammate Michael Jordan was selfish.
He was a great scorer, but a lot of things that he did was based on him as an individual. And I think basketball is a team game.
Ooh, Scottie Pippen! He spoke to Good Morning America. I forgot what his voice he has. But also makes the comments in his new memoir called Unguarded. Pippen says his first NBA championship in 1991 is the most special to him because the Bulls beat the Lakers and he idolized Magic Johnson. Okay, that's cool. And finally, if you like to go fast and do donuts in your car, those illegal donuts, I have a job for you to actually get paid for it and have a title for it. Dodge says it's going to hire a brand ambassador who will get a Dodge Challenger SRT Hellcat. Those are expensive. Which has a maximum 717 horsepower. I feel my feet going back from the G-forces right now. The person gets to drive the Hellcat to races, car shows, and other events, and will get paid $150,000 a year for it. So, you get a free Hellcat and $150,000 a year. And a title. Your title is Chief Donut Maker. So apparently you get to go show off, and do donuts and not get busted by the cops for it. A business card with the special title will also be provided for the job. Oh my God, I wish I had that card. I am Jennifer. Yes, here's my card. I am Chief Donut Maker. Oh, I'm in the wrong business. That is fantastic. When we come back, if you are a client of Robinhood, the company has just admitted Your personal information may have been stolen. I'll tell you how. Also, we've got a strike at a popular fast food restaurant across the country. SoCal being impacted as well. I'll tell you which restaurants. And ketchup from Mars. Ish. But more ish than not ish. Nick Paleocene. Make any sense?
No, not at all. Let's just be real. Okay, good. All right, I'll definitely stick around for that. Let's check out the drive down on the northbound side of the 5. Getting out of the Norwalk and Santa Fe Springs area, definitely getting heavier for your drive as you come away from Imperial or Pioneer, and that is heavy stretches of slowing for your drive. Continuing through Boyle Heights toward the 101 in downtown, also northbound side of the 5. At the transition to the 710 northbound, getting reports of a handful of cars that may be blocking lanes of the connecting roadway. In fact, if you have an update on this or anything else slowing down your drive, pound 250 on the cell phone, keyword is pay-by traffic. South LA 110 north, rough for the ride from Manchester to Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard, further northbound on the 110. Out of South LA, continuing through downtown LA from the 10 to the 101. Really not looking too bad for your drive. And 10 West Santa Monica Freeway, coming off the 60 westbound. Heavy for your drive through downtown to the 110. Past delays continuing ahead to Mid-City as you make way toward La Brea. KFI in the sky helps get you there faster. I'm Nick Paleocene.
Hey, you don't have to wait for Veterans Day to thank a veteran. Thank a vet today. And now, the top 5 reasons to visit Morongo. Number 5.
Come and get your wall stuff. Wall burgers, wall brewskis, wall bites. All the wall things at Wall Burgers.
Number 4.
Thanksgiving essential giveaway. Get a handy toaster oven when you earn 500 points on the reward card. The 15th or 16th.
3.
Yes, that is a 30-foot LED screen with all the games on it every Sunday at Sideline Bar. Next question, please.
And the number 2.
Rob Rose, live December 4th. Tickets are selling fast. Get yours today.
And the number 1 reason.
Seat full of dollars. You can win $500 cash playing table games with your rewards card. Wednesdays and Thursdays, 3 p.m. to midnight.
Morongo Casino Resort and Spa. Morongo. Good time.
This report is sponsored by Spectrum Business. Spectrum Business offers the best value on internet and phone. 200 megabits per second internet and business phone for only $69.98 per month. Switch today and get 1 month free. Yes, free. See for yourself at spectrum.com/business. Spectrum Business. Restrictions apply.
The Dodgers are signing lefty to pitcher Andrew Heaney for a 1-year, $8.5 million deal. Heaney posted a 5.27 ERA with the Angels last season. Carmelo Anthony led the Lakers back the Hornets in overtime. Miller scored 29 points on 7 of 10 shooting beyond the arc. And the Steelers held off a late rally edging the Bears on Monday Night Football. Pittsburgh pitcher James Silva was under a minute to go. I'm Missy Jordan.
Groundbreaking runs in the family. Safety runs in the family. Extraordinary runs in the family. The 2021 Mercedes-Benz range of SUVs. Every member is waiting to impress. You can learn more at mvusa.com. Save big. Go solar American style with Semper Solaris. Semper Solaris is your local veteran-owned solar and battery storage contractor. Add Tesla Powerwall and be ready for blackout. We get the job done with esprit de corps and honor. Semper offers new AC systems with a lifetime warranty and new roofs with a 50-year warranty. We hire vets and give back to the community with our Semper Cares initiative. Go solar and declare your independence. No down. Interest or payments till 2023. Get the federal 26% solar and battery tax credit. $500 downloadable coupon. $500 off for military, first responders, and healthcare workers. Call 877-211-5591. That's 877-211-5591. Or visit SemperSolaris.com. 26% federal tax credit based on eligibility. Consult your tax advisor. Cannot be combined with any other offer. Some restrictions apply. New customers only. Call or see website for details. Expires 11/30/2021. CSW 978-152.
Attorneys Joe Cordell. New school, new job, new home. Change is hard and can leave you feeling isolated. And divorce delivers one of life's hardest blows. The relationships you counted on are suddenly gone. But you don't have to walk through this alone. For more than 30 years, Cordell & Cordell has guided men through the challenges of divorce. You're not alone. Call Cordell & Cordell.
Schedule an appointment with one of Cordell & Cordell's California area attorneys. 1455 Tracy Road, Suite 500, San Diego, California, 92108. CordellCordell.com.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents.
Don't you just love the smell of old books?
This is the library. Sorry, ma'am. We're looking for a book titled Liberty Mutual Customizes Your Car Insurance so you only pay for what you I don't guess we carry that, but just known to...
If you really don't give our literature,
Please, only pay for what you need.
Hey, it's Dean Sharp. If you've decided to sell your house, I know it is tempting to just get it listed as is or even take one of those cash-out deals. But why sell yourself short when making just the right upgrade will maximize its sale value? You mean like flipping our own home, Dean? We don't have the expertise or the cash for that. I know, but my friends at Revive do. Revive knows exactly what to change, what to spend, and where to spend it. They'll manage everything for you and front all the costs. Yes, Revive fronts the cost. They get paid back from escrow, but the profit gained is all yours. How much profit? The average client makes over 200% profit on what Revive invests on their behalf. It's a no-brainer. Reach out to iloverevive.com today and see if your home qualifies. To make the most from the sale of your home, go to iloverevive.com. That's iloverevive.com.
Portions of the following program will be recorded. I drive in and I do my warm-up. What I learned is you're supposed to keep it buzzy, not airy. That is correct. Then your stomach breathe in the diaphragm, and out it goes. The diaphragm contracts, and you have these sweet, mellifluous tones.
Yeah, that's you.
Bill Handel. Warnings from 6 to 10.
There's no to Maleficent.
On KFI.
Good morning. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. Rick Springfield, if you are listening right now, I need to apologize to you. Because when I met you, I don't know, it had to be 7 or 8 years ago. I was working for a different radio station up in the Bay, and somebody said, dude, Rick Springfield is in the green room waiting to go on another show. You ever have that moment where something snaps in you and you become the 13-year-old you? I ran like a shot through the newsroom into the green room, threw open the door, poor man sitting there by himself, no handler. Good for you, Rick Springfield. No handler, just him. I was like, hi, Rick Springfield. It's so great to meet you. The look of shock on that poor man's face. I mean, I'm sure he gets it all the time. But quiet green room where you're preparing for an interview, and Crazy Blonde comes busting through the door. She was super nice, though. Sorry that I scared the stuffing out of you. KFI AM 640 live everywhere on the iHeartRadio app. It is time for your Biz Bites this morning, brought to you by SoCal Gas. For more information, visit SoCalGas.com/business-rebate. Well, if you are a client of Robinhood, this story is for you because the popular investing app has been hacked.
Robinhood says its company data was breached November 3rd. Email addresses of about 5 million people were exposed. Officials say more info was accessed by the hackers for some of those people, but they don't believe any social security numbers, bank accounts, or debit card numbers were accessed. The company is now working to make appropriate disclosures to those affected, and they continue to investigate the hack. Deborah Marks, KFI News.
All right, a couple of stories for you involving McDonald's this morning. The head of McDonald's has apologized for blaming the parents of 2 kids killed in shootings in Chicago. Chris Kempczinski made the comments earlier this year in a text to Chicago's mayor. He acknowledges what he calls a very narrow worldview and has a lot of work to do. He says that starts with more listening and learning from people whose life experiences are different than his. All right, speaking of McDonald's, this is the chain where fast food workers are set to strike today in protest against alleged unsafe working conditions, and it's going to happen right here in SoCal as well as across the country. So today you're going to see rallies outside the McDonald's locations in Monterey Park, South Los Angeles, and West Hollywood. And organizers of the strike say that they will also be at the rally. You've got some politicians who are going to be there, and they are expected to declare their support for fast food accountability. So this is Senator Bob Archuleta, Assemblyman Richard Bloom, and Assemblyman Miguel Santiago. The council, they say, they want to establish what's called a fast food sector council to give workers a voice in setting minimum standards across the country. So that's going to happen today. Hey, Disney Plus, if you have been wanting to get in on this, but you thought it's a little too pricey, well, Disney Plus is dropping its price to $1.99 sale to new and returning streaming customers. It says it's celebrating its 2-year anniversary of its streaming service by offering the Disney Plus package for $1.99 to new and eligible returning subscribers. But this deal is only available through November 14th. And finally, I've been teasing you this morning about the new ketchup that is out of this world. Literally, Heinz has revealed what it's calling its Mars, M-A-R-Z, edition ketchup. And here's why they are saying that it's out of this world. The tomatoes that are in the Mars edition ketchup were produced on Earth, but in what they call Mars-like conditions. It was a team of 14 astrobiologists who worked for 9 months at the Aldrin Space Institute at Florida's Institute of Technology, and they grew tomatoes in this controlled environment where the soil, the temperature, and the water conditions were all similar to those that they would be in on Mars. And they say most of the efforts around finding out ways to grow what Martian simulated conditions are like was kind of the focus of it. And they said achieving a crop that is quality to become Heinz tomato ketchup was the dream result, and we achieved it. So I told you. Nick Taliofini, I'm sure that makes sense now. And finally, I just found out where Governor Newsom's been. Earlier in the show, questions were being asked, where's Governor Newsom? We haven't heard Governor Newsom, and that he was attending to his family. I'm paraphrasing, but it was something to do with being with his family. Well, go with me here. Follow the bouncing ball. Billionaire oil heiress Ivy Getty. Getty's good friends with Newsom. There you go. She got married in San Francisco. I'm going to tell you about her dress in a second because I'm fascinated by it. But at the wedding was Governor Newsom, as was House Speaker Pelosi, who I think even officiated the wedding. Now, Getty, and I don't think she's changing her name. I think she's still Getty. She, of course, had this incredible custom gown made by Galliano. And the reason that the gown fascinated me was because her veil was embroidered with walnuts. Walnuts? Walnuts, like the nut, walnuts. And it was in honor of her grandmother, Anne, who grew up on a walnut farm. It also had guitars. So it had guitars and walnuts on the veil to pay homage to her late father, John Gilbert, who was a musician who died last year. And she said the big percentage of the dress was mirrors, real mirrors. Like, I was concerned about the lace on my dress, how long the veil was, how long the chain was. She had mirrors on her dress. And she said because she had to walk in it, it was created with a substance that would evoke real mirror but weighed considerably less. I don't live in a world where wedding dresses are made of mirrors and walnuts and guitars, but sometimes I kind of wish I did. That sounds cool. KFI and KOST HD2 Los Angeles. Although considering my dad was a heavy equipment mechanic and welder all my life, that sounds like a really uncomfortable dress, Jeff Boss.
I would guess. You know, I'm just thinking, can you imagine the amount of security at that wedding?
Oh my God. No.
Had to be black SUVs from miles and miles and miles.
Exactly.
Good morning. Thanks for letting us ride along with you as always. I want to point out something to you that still could be a little bit of a factor driving through East LA East on the 60 around the line at Class 710. That was kind of a long lane problem. A rig that got in trouble. I think it's just the right electro lane that might still be blocked. So not a big deal, but just be careful going through. Westbound a little closer off the hill. Not a big deal at all. Long Beach, couple of problems. North 405 to the north 710. Be careful. There's a bit of a shoulder problem there. Farther north, north 710 in Florence, large, huge debris. I think CHP is stopping everybody to get it over to the shoulder. Southbound side into the harbor looking good. I look at Stanford and the Valley coming up. Don't go away. KFI in the sky. I hope to get you there faster. I'm Jeff Boss.
Medicare annual enrollment is here. It goes on for a couple of months every year, about this time of year, and it's going to end next month. And here's what happens. This is a time when you can switch your Medicare plans, or when you sign up for Medicare to find the right plan. And that is important because you may not be on the right plan. Navigating Medicare can be overwhelming. So here comes AGA, AGAMedicareOptions.com. Their agents will advise you step by step on a plan that fits your unique situation and budget. We're all different. The agents are all local. They live here and work here in Southern California. So you get an agent, it's yours, or he's yours, or she's yours. And they'll compare most of the major plans at once at no cost to you. It's important because plans change every year and sometimes substantially. You want to either switch or make sure you're on the right plan, and that's what AGA does. Set up a benefit review. It's free if you're going to be signing up or already on Medicare. Call and set up your free consultation by dialing pound 250 on the cell and say My Medicare. Pound 250 on your cell, say My Medicare, or visit AGAMedicareOptions.com.
Will I be able to smile again?
Can I eat my favorite food?
Can I live without worrying about my teeth?
These are questions we hear every day at Clear Choice Dental Implant Center. In a free 1-hour consultation, we can provide answers. You may be a candidate for dental implants, which look, feel, and function like real teeth. And if you are, the answer to, can I feel like myself again, will be yes.
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 To find out more, visit us at clearchoice.com.
SoCal weather from KFI, partly cloudy with high 60s at the beaches to the 70s inland. We lead local. Live from the KFI 24-hour newsroom, I'm Jennifer Jones-Lee. This has been your wake-up call. Handle on the news starts now.
Handle on the news.
Handle on the news.
And now, here's Bill Handel.
And good morning, everybody. Bill Handel here on a Tuesday, November 9th, as we are diving deep into the week. Tuesday, I don't know how deep into the week it is. It's basically Tuesday. Good morning to one and all. There's Jennifer Jones-Lee.
Good morning, Handel.
Good morning, Wayne. Good morning. Good morning. Your state is surprisingly understated. It is.
Yeah, whoa.
Like you're about to say Cowabunga, dude. No, it's good. It's Paso, I would say. Alex, good morning. There's Taylor, Tyler. I don't know what I keep on doing now.
More than listen. This man is wolf. Look at Ralph. There's one. Walk and close and walk and listen.
Let's do it. Handle on the news is Jennifer Jones-Lee, Wayne Redmond on a Tuesday morning, and me, Lee Story.
Read your this.
All right, you talked about yesterday the vaccination mandates that kicked in the city of Los Angeles. Movie theaters and gyms and shopping centers and restaurants and all of those businesses. And thousands of people protested outside of LA City Hall. I keep on saying, I don't know. I don't understand that people have chosen this particular subject to go against. To argue the government is overreaching. If it were me, I would take stop signs.
700 years to the future.
Mankind in front of City Hall arguing that stop signs is government overreach.